Hi, I'm Shane from the Drum Center of Portsmouth in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. We are on the web at drumcenter.com, and today we are featuring all the fantastic new gear that Tama has released for the 2026 calendar year. Tama always finds a way to bring something to the table every year, and that's something that I always just get really excited about. There are some companies out there that don't really bring us a lot of innovation, and that's okay. But Tama always finds a way to bring something to the table that makes you go, all right, this is pretty cool. And this is why I love doing this, because I love checking out new gear. Talking about gear is something we love to do on this channel. So if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing that, because that really helps us when you do that, and it allows us to bring more content like this. I could talk about the small things first, but I'm sitting behind this beautiful drum set, and I think you probably want to know about it. But believe it or not, the thing I'm most excited about, we'll save for last. The Starclassic Bubinga was a line that they offered for many years, and it went away a few years back. And for this calendar year, they have put out this particular set in a very limited quantity. Now, there are many things that make this thing stand out. First and foremost, this is actually made in their Japanese facility where they manufacture their Star drums. Tama has a very small, dedicated group of craftsmen in their factory in Nagoya, Japan. They manufacture their Star drums there, the Signature snare drums, and the Starphonic snare drums. They have a limited staff, so their output is limited. And for them to be able to squeeze 45 sets of these into the production schedule is pretty cool. And so this is what it is. There are no options or add-ons. It's just this. The shells are all Bubinga, but the outer veneer is cherry. Something that Tama has been doing for a while is they've been making their floor toms a little more shallow. So they're typically 14 by 12 or 14 by 13, 16 by 14 or 16 by 15. These are actually square, 14 by 14 and 16 by 16. And they told me it was just because the figuring of that outer veneer was so gorgeous, they really wanted to showcase it. Bass drum is 22 by 16. The toms are 10 by 8, 12 by 9, and of course 14 by 14 and 16 by 16 on the floor toms. Snare drum is a delicious 14 by 6.5. And this is available separately if you want to just get the snare drum. The best way I can describe the sound is like dark chocolate. They have this very dark characteristic. There's a bite to them, but I just feel like I'm hearing chocolate. They do not sound like maple drums. They do not sound like birch drums. So if you're really interested in getting a sound that's completely different from what you are accustomed to, these are really something I would consider having a look at. Now the Star Bubinga and the Starclassic Bubinga, they're incredibly different. These have a straight wall shell with a sharper edge, and that gives you a little more pronounced attack, whereas the Stars have thicker plies and less of them with reinforcement rings, and they have a little bit more of a boom and more resonance to them. And something I appreciate about sharp edges and shells of this thickness is the tuning range. Now obviously Tama makes these perfectly, so tuning these up was just an absolute breeze, and you can go very, very low or very, very high very easily. It just takes no time. Next up is a limited edition Star Reserve G-Mahogany snare drum. Now the G series stems down from the Gibraltar line of snare drums that they were doing in the 80s, and that is a thicker shell, and in this case it is a 9-ply, 11mm mahogany. So it's got that dark, juicy mahogany tones, and this drum is just a beast. The outer veneer is Tineo, which just looks nice, and these lugs are an interesting contrast for the Star Reserve line, as well as triple flanged hoops. I found that on this particular drum, the tuning range was wide, but when I got to that high tuning, I was still getting a lot of the low frequencies that are synonymous with mahogany, which really pleased me to no end. It really kind of speaks to the versatility of this drum. Back in 2019, shockwaves were sent throughout the industry when Tom Ash decided to leave the coveted position here at Drum Center of Portsmouth. Everybody was wondering why. Why would he leave this absolute dream gig? We couldn't figure it out. And it wasn't before long that he started popping in again. Started seeing him here at the shop and started appearing in a couple of the videos. And before you knew it, Tom was back. Something very similar happened in Dream Theater, where Mike Portnoy left the band. A number of years later, he's back. So a lot of people are happy about that, and obviously Tom is very happy about that because he's got this beautiful new drum set, and now there is a limited release of a Mike Portnoy snare drum. This is the Dream Monster snare drum. Now, the first thing that just pops on this is the finish. Oh my God, it is absolutely gorgeous. It looks just like his drum kit. It is a 8mm 9-ply Bubinga shell. The die-cast tubes give you that consistent tuning stability and sharp, powerful rim shots. It has that 3-way tension adjustable strainer. So if you really want to dial in that right amount of snare buzz, this throw-off is going to give you that option. And because these shells are hand-painted, no two are alike. So if you're a fan and you want this drum, grab it quick. And now, the big reveal. This is the most exciting release that I have seen in a long time. And unfortunately, it is the most unsexy thing you're gonna see in this video. Let's go back 20 years. Drummers were just starting to complain about the weight of their stands. At that point, everything was double brace this, double brace that, and drummers were really getting tired of lugging around this incredibly heavy hardware. So DW was the first one to come out with flat bass hardware, something that was very prominent in the 1930s through the 60s. As rock and roll became more popular in the 70s, they sort of got away from that and we started moving towards heavier duty hardware. Well, we moved our way back and DW released that flat-based hardware, which was wildly popular and still is. However, there's people like me that, well, the flat bass hardware just doesn't really work because I just hit too hard. So a few years back, Yamaha came out with the Crosstown hardware. I mean, that hardware is so great, it's so lightweight, and just incredibly functional. But there was a problem. We don't have a boom stand. And that is something that many of us need. There's also a limited footprint in terms of the span of how you can expand those legs. And then the stands had a tendency to walk around on you if you hit hard, like me. In the 70s, Tama had a line of hardware called the Spartan. And I always thought this was pretty cool stuff because they were employing a lot of the things you were seeing in that Crosstown hardware. They had aluminum legs that were folded over, and it was a lighter weight solution and kind of forgotten. But one thing I had mentioned to them when I visited the factory a couple of years ago was, really need to revisit this because people want a lightweight boom stand. Tama does what Tama does. They not only do it, but they do it better than you would expect. And they have come out with the coolest cymbal stands I have seen for the functioning, working drummer that needs lightweight. And here we have the Spartan Stands. The boom stand is 4.4 pounds. And I've got a nice wide spread on those legs so that I can get that perfect stability. I can have the boom reach, and the stands don't weigh much at all. Now, what's even cooler is this little spring-loaded rubber foot. I got to take the whole thing down. I got to show you how cool this thing is. I don't know if this is going to come out in the camera, but let me just grab this. This little spring-loaded foot. This prevents the stand from walking around on you. When you put that on the ground, those just give you that stability. Absolutely glorious. Now this is the straight stand. The boom stand, the boom arm is hollow, so it's lightweight in all the places you need it to be. If you want a lightweight boom stand, straight stand, and the flat bass doesn't do it for you, this is it. This is what they've come out with for now. I have a feeling there's going to be a hi-hat stand and a snare stand in the future, but this is what we have right now, and this is just killer. There's also a new finish in the Starclassic Walnut Birch line, Molten Platinum Burst. I saw this in person. It is breathtaking. I think this is going to be the most popular finish for the new year outside of our exclusive lacquered charcoal oyster, which we seem to have a hard time keeping in stock. There's also a new finish in the Star line, and I absolutely forget what it is called. What is it called? I ordered one. I saw it. It was great. It's like a Policio or
Charcoal Brown Pariso.
That's it. Pariso. Charcoal Brown Pariso. It's gorgeous. I saw it and I ordered a kit. I was like, this is nice. There are also a few more new offerings rolling out, but we're not going to be able to tell you about those until April. So we have some cool stuff. It's a good year for Tama. It's a good year to be a drummer. We want to know what you think. What was your favorite? Are you excited about this hardware the way I'm excited about this hardware? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing what you have to say. And of course, as I said earlier, please consider subscribing to our channel. Hit that bell so you get notified when we post new content like this. Everything here is for sale, so if you want to buy it, it's all available in the links below. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you in the next one.